if Alex Pereira wrestles for 2 years straight, nothing else, just wrestling, Alex Pereira, Olympic champion.
97.
UFC legend Daniel Cormier saw it all unfold and shared Alex Pereira's immediate reaction. Let's just say Pereira didn't look too concerned following his second win over Strickland. Meanwhile, Dricus du Plessis wasted no time announcing his next mission, light heavyweight dominance. With Pereira watching cageside, du Plessis directly called out the two-division champ, setting the stage for a potential showdown.
So for the record, is there some people that think I lost the fight?
Dana actually said he scored it for sure.
I had it 2-2 going into the last round, and I thought Strickland won the last round.
Dana said it? Well, boo.
Things took an awkward turn backstage when the two champions crossed paths. At first, Alex Pereira didn't even realize he'd been called out. Once it sank in, there was a moment of mutual respect, but Dricus du Plessis stood firm on his intentions. Pereira, known for his imposing frame, appeared unconvinced that du Plessis posed a serious threat, casually remarking that size matters. The size difference was definitely noticeable, but the real question remains: is du Plessis truly too small, or is this a fight worth exploring?
I'm going to be honest, it's hard to predict how the fight is going to go. I cannot predict. I just know that I'm living my best moments. I'm in my prime. And if they book this fight and Ankalaev was like number 2, you're like, okay, but there's this guy ahead. I will choose Ankalaev because that's the guy that I want to fight. And I'm going to live my best moments. Nothing really, just some fresh talk here. There he goes, I'm going to knock Alex out. Well, he's training. He can say that. So then we'll still fight now. I don't care about none of them, man. I was doing my job. Class you say you the underdog, not the underdog. I could care less how much gonna be on the odds. So I just do my job. You say the company tells me what to do, but I'm the one that asks for the fight. I say I want to fight in March, May, June, but I'm the one that came there and say I want to fight Ankalaev now. And he found out only because I asked to fight him.
For now, Alex Pereira is focused on defending his title against Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 313. Meanwhile, Dricus du Plessis is looking to further prove himself, with Khamzat Chimaev looming as a major obstacle in the middleweight division.
Khamzat's next. Khamzat is next. I want to make sure that this belt, the middleweight title, that there's no question that I'm the GOAT of the middleweight division. And I know that, you have Anderson Silva. In my mind, he is the GOAT of this division. And you have Adesanya, who's done incredible things. But it's not about how many times just you defend. It's about who you fight, how you defend it, and how you've done it, and what period of time have you done it, and who have you fought, and making sure that there's no question that I am the best middleweight, then going up. So I'm not rushing that my next fight is Alex Pereira. No. I want the Khamzat next. I think he deserves a hot.
Go down, let the Dutchman. He's keeping my belt warm. Let the man speak. Dutchman, say your piece.
You are too kind.
Sean and Alex seemed to make up, like, the moment that Alex connected that punch with Sean, it was like everything was cool. Sean told the world why Alex is with him. Did you hear why? Alex hates Dricus.
For some reason, dude, he hates Dricus. I don't know what you did to him, but he hates you, dude.
That's interesting to me. When Alex offered to go down to 185, and Dricus said, yeah, don't do it. I'll come up to 205. We can do the fight, but we're doing it for your belt. He was very serious to the point that it had to be addressed. No, hey, you're staying at 205. No, hey, you're at 185. You guys go do your own thing. And now Sean re-brings up that Alex hates Dricus, and I want to know why. I just want to know what it is that Dricus did to Alex. If anyone knows, drop me a comment below.
Plinio, I know you're here with the champ, Poetan. I saw Alex and Dricus exchange some words backstage after Dricus walked past with the title.
Oi, Tony, eu vi você na intimada e trocando uma ideia com os Dricus ali na saída ali que vocês estavam conversando. Quero que o cinturão quando ele saiu.
Bom, lá em cima eu vi que ele olhou pra mim, né? Falou alguma coisa, assim, eu não sabia. Era pra mim, mas quando eu vi ele olhando, eu falei, pô, não entendo inglês. Aí depois perguntei pro Plínio, aí falou, pô, ele tava perguntando, pô, quem mais? Quem é o próximo? Tipo assim. Aí eu cheguei ali no corredor e falei pra ele, pô, aquilo foi pra mim? Aí ele parou um pouquinho e falou assim, foi. Eu falei, então faz acontecer. Aí ele falou, pô, então vamos. Aí eu falei, 9-3, ele falou assim, pô, então, tô aí, pô, vamos fazer, né? Agora depende de mim. Eu quero, ele quer, né? Agora é o UFC. O Merab tava junto ali, até de prova, né? Depois nós falamos assim, não, vai na minha categoria, porque sabe que é difícil me descer o peso, né? Então ele falou 9-3, me intimou ali, eu falei, então tá fechado. Apertei a mão dele, ficou por isso. Vamos ver o que acontece.
Well, Alex was inside the cage over there. Dricus came, look at him and say, is there no one else? Of course, he did not understood. He don't speak English. Then he came and asked me what happened. I told him he basically challenged him. So luckily we were walking down. Dricus had the belt. And then Alex came in to say, yo, I heard you calling me out. He goes, yes. And then Alex said, make it happen at 205. Dricus look, think a little bit, and say, deal. So let's see now if he run back to his words. If he keep it up, the Rab was next week. He's winning. Let's see the super fight happen.
So you get through Ankalaev, we get Dricus du Plessis versus Alex Pereira at 205.
So passando pelo Ankalaev, a gente vai ter então Dricus du Plessis contra Alex Pereira no 93 quilos. Bem pesado?
Com certeza. Dia 8 de março aí, pô, a gente tá focado, né? Mas aconteceu isso aí, pô, eu não queria deixar passar batido. Então eu perguntei se era pra mim, ele falou que era. Apertamos as mãos e ficou acordado.
Absolutely. Of course, we are focused for March 8th, but since this happened right now, we couldn't let it pass. We shook hands, so we deal.
Appreciate you, boys, as always. Drama.
I think I done everything to deserve the next title shot. Hey, stop running away from me. We should fight. How many more fights do I have to win so I can start fighting for the championship?
I know he keeps saying that I'm just an employee of the UFC. I told him when I want to fight.
The fans have a lot of say in this. You know, whatever they want in the end.
When you compare the two, when you compare Pereira's record of knocking people out, Alex Pereira just seems to have the touch of death. His striking is phenomenal and he is evolving all the time.
The most important thing is I am ready to fight for the title. I have 10 victories in a row. Give me that fight for the title now. When I step in the octagon, I don't see myself as a champion. I don't let this belt go to my head. I have to win this belt every time to become the champion. I talked a lot about fighting in Brazil if I won this fight. I won this fight. I'm not hurt. Nothing happened. You know, I know there needs to be a lot of promotion.
No, that was exactly what we did the last time. He said to death, let's go, let's fight to death. And the man threw a jab and a teep for 5 rounds. This is a stat, you can go check it. For 23 minutes, I went forward. He went forward for 2 minutes. That is a very clear indication of who's there to fight and who's there to... The man has 8 split decision victories. Well, 8 split decisions. 6 victories, 2 losses against me and Cannonier. That is not somebody that's looking for an exciting fight. Split decision means it's a very close fight. And that has to say something. I have 2 decisions over my whole career. Split decision is because he's not doing anything to prove that he's winning that fight, but he's not doing anything to make him lose the fight. And I'm in there to kill someone. I'm not in there to point my way to victory. And I think that's where the biggest difference between them.
Most forward to on this card. You know, honestly, I think it's Strickland and Pereira.
80-inch reach. An 80-inch reach head kick.
My official prediction, Sean Strickland versus Alex Pereira. Guys, I'm taking Sean Strickland.
This is literally purely just a ploy by the UFC, putting him against someone who likes to strike to potentially get him an easy shot.
I think I have weapons, enough weapons to stop this game, to do the anti-game and, you know, leave with the W.
If Pereira hits me, I'm going to take him down and fucking dry him for fucking 15 minutes.
I'm going to go with Strickland. I think Strickland is smart enough to get this done the right way. He's not going to take a lot of chances.
He said something that I was like, wow, he can't possibly believe this. When he said, my pride makes me want to fight him where he's good at.
I honestly don't think Alex Pereira should drop down to 185. If he wants to, great, perfect. But then we're going to hear the excuses. I saw we saw Izzy stiff that man in the first round. I felt Izzy's punching power tonight. You know, Izzy has great timing. He's fast, he's long, and he has great combinations. But I felt the power. If Izzy stiffens you like that, you do not want to be in there with me. Especially not when you're going to come in there with the excuses, no, I cut too much weight. That's going to happen. Everybody's going to say that. So stay at 205, fight your fight against the number 7 ranked guy. Oh, number 8. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, fight your fight. Enjoy it. If Strickland's the next fight, the people want to see that fight. That's the fight that people want to see. And that's the fight right now that people think is the next best guy. Then it's the fight that I want. So let me handle my business. You handle your business. You don't have to cut the weight so you have some sort of excuse. I'll come up after the Strickland fight. I'll come up to 205 and we'll sort it out there.
No, I wouldn't spar. And any top guys who I'm potentially going to fight, I won't spar them because I don't want them to see the secret sauce.
Great fast hands. Still all the road.
Spivak tried to get into the clinch. Aspinall lands a beautiful knee. Right hand there hurts him bad. I mean, he was barely getting his foot back to the ground, and he hit Spivak with that right hand. Look, oh, that's an elbow.
Yeah.
Oh, he landed a beautiful elbow in tight there. Now, that's twice we've seen him do that. We've seen him land a knee on an incoming opponent, and then a combination behind it. This time a knee, and then an elbow that hurts Spivak.
Load up and leave these big openings.
Knockdown for Ngannou. Stipe back to his feet, eats an uppercut. Nice counter right from the inside.
UFC 260, an epic rematch that shook the UFC world. Francis Ngannou versus Stipe. Ngannou, the knockout beast, was up against Stipe, the heavyweight titan. Ngannou, hungry for redemption, unleashed his fury. A monstrous uppercut sent Stipe crashing to the canvas just 52 seconds into the second round. An uppercut from Ngannou, and Stipe was out cold. The heavyweight throne was seized. This is the raw, brutal beauty of UFC.
Aspinall versus Francis, who wins? Oh, that's a good fight. That's a great fight. Always been a big fan of Francis. Love his story, love what he's all about. I think it's a 50-50 fight, to be honest. Francis is a scary man. But I think technically I would take the edge, but I think that's a great fight.
That one time that I did fight, it was the experience. That whole week was probably the most calm I've been mentally. Not worrying about work, any home problems. I was just so focused, not even nervous. I was surprised. I was like, I could get knocked out. I'm not really thinking about that. But then once we were in and it was like, 3, 2, 1, go. All the technique was out the door. I kicked him probably 20 times. I didn't throw a single kick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it was a blast.
This time we're going to do the same style entry. I'm coming forwards, but I'm going to throw a 1-2, right? So I'm hopping in. I'm getting really close with my hands. Now, what do we say about hands being close? If I need to kick him now, I need to open up my range a little bit. But I want to use the other leg this time. I want to kick my lead leg this time as opposed to my rear leg. Last time I went this way. This time I'm going to go that way and kick the inside. Because we're same stance, it's going to end up being an inside kick here. If he was opposite stance, it'd be an outside leg kick. Yeah. But look, I go 1-2. I'm stepping away to my dominant side. I'm using my lead leg to throw the kick. Pop, pop, pop. Right, so you finish your punches. Make sure you're on target. Take that step with your rear leg. Step to your dominant side. And then place your kick. All right?
Is it possible that you go and fight Tyson Fury and then the UFC comes back to you and says, listen, let's make this right and let's fight John Jones? Is that possible?
It's possible, but no, it's possible. It's possible, but they have to go to the PFL now.
Oh, because does the PFL have a contract signed?
Yeah.
You did sign a contract?
Yeah, I did sign. I say in March, it wasn't signed.
Right.
I signed in May.
Do you think the PFL would allow that?
Oh, the PFL is down for that.
Really?
Yeah, he's down for that.
Wow.
The PFL is down for that.
The PFL would let you fight in the UFC. But what happens if you beat John Jones, you become the UFC heavyweight champion again? That's a problem.
I don't know. Maybe he'll be a special fight, a special belt or something.
Yeah. As I said with Francis, one, we're true partners. We work with them on what's the best thing for the year. It's one MMA and one boxing. What order, what opponents to maximize Francis' career that year. So we're still in discussions with him, but it will be one boxing and one MMA. If you ask me, my guess, it's Francis' decision. I think boxing will come first, MMA will come second. His opportunities in boxing right now, through the roof. That would be
MMA.
Working.
Yes, sir. God bless you. Johnny boy. You need to go back to
What would happen if you fought John Jones?
I think we would never know unless they let him fight.
It's so sad, the fights that Dana is blocking. They're just so much fun. that could be had in the fight world, but greed is a crazy sin. I want to see you versus John Jones so bad.
I always wanted that fight. If he works, he works. If he doesn't work, he doesn't work. I'm so happy to life.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the KS.
Respect. But we not fight to happen. We're over here. We're over there. You don't want nose. You know I want all this moves. You know I want all this moves. With the 1-3 kick. Listen, I need to respect for that. But I want that smooth. You know that. I've always said today I started this. And I'm gonna die. You're heavyweight. We'll see. We could have solved, but you left. Oh no, you sit back for 2 years. I had to get to a good enough size to kick your ass. That took you 3 years. 3 years to long time happens. I will always be down for fight. You fight me, but don't do that stuff. But I want you. I want to keep you out.
What is it about a John Jones that separates him from everybody else? I mean, you fought some of the baddest men on the planet. Chuck Liddell, we talked about Rampage. I mean, you name him, you fought him, and then there's John Jones, who it just seems like he's been performing on a different level than everybody else.
John has a belief in himself that has never been shaken, and the belief that he has is crazy.
Well, he had to defend himself to NFL caliber brothers.
Right, but I mean, I couldn't imagine bringing myself to a fight on the heels of some of the things that he had to bring himself to a fight. You know, a lot of times that he was getting to the cage, he was coming from a very uncomfortable situation where he's got in trouble for something, and he had that in the background. And you know, sometimes when you get so many detours outside the cage, your life outside the cage gets bigger than your life inside the cage, and it starts to overshadow the work that you do inside the cage.
He was even able to turn that into a win when he had one of the greatest trash talking moments of all time, where DC was getting after him. He's like, "I beat you after a night of coke and hookers. Like, knock it off." Like,
right.
That's the only fight in my career where I've been almost close to 100%. And none of my injuries hurt.